Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore. The world is changing now. We need to heed the warning. The world is calling you to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did before doesn't work. It's time for you. It's time for me to change. The world is changing now. Won't you change and open your heart? Open your heart.
Yes, indeed. Let's open your heart right here on VCMG. And we welcome your phone calls at 866-972-7247. And we're going to answer your questions because tonight we're letting go. Let it go, let it go. It's really time to let go, everyone. What is it of the past that you're holding on to? What's not allowing you to move forward? And where's the resistance? How can we shift our consciousness and create a new world for ourselves and participate in the collective consciousness and make the shifts necessary there? You see, when we hold on to things, people, places, experiences that we've outgrown, but because of our ego, we just don't want to let go. We can't imagine how things will be different. We're used to it being the same way, and we can't really see or envision what it's going to look like. That's where we run into trouble. That's where we feel the kickback inside of us that creates a fear, a wobble, an anxiety. Sometimes we need to just let things be. And we need to let go of the people who are creating the shifts around us that create waves that cause us to feel uncomfortable. Because when you feel uncomfortable, you cannot align with the divine. So who's triggering you, to use a very popular word? I mean, think about it. And what inside of you is getting triggered? Who inside of you is allowing yourself to get triggered? Why can't you stand in your power and move forward for a change? Because often we don't understand what it takes to make the change. Because we've been conditioned to want what we want, the way we want it, the way we think we need it. And we can't imagine what life would look like. Sometimes the guidance is it's time to move. Let go, move. Oh, but I've been in this house for so many years. I can't imagine leaving. There's so much stuff. When am I going to pack? How am I going to pack? And, you know, the interest rate. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford to move. But the guidance is move. The guidance from the heavens, the guidance from your angels are encouraging you to make a shift. But we as humans come up with excuses. Oh, I can't do this because I don't have a way to complete the task because I don't have everything I need. So I can't do it. I can't get to that job, or I can't create something new for myself because I don't have everything, and anything I would need costs money. Okay, I understand. But what belief do you have to let go of so that you can manifest the money? And what's a trap that's going to keep you on your own personal lockdown long after we've been out of a lockdown? You see, what that experience did was trigger the trauma in so many of us. It brought us to this level of not being able to trust that everything's going to be okay. Because when we least expected it, nothing was okay. And it really doesn't quite feel the same. And because we're creatures of habit, what do we like? Things to feel the same. And even that relationship that may be difficult, uncomfortable, may not be filling your soul. You have to ask yourself first, what part of that relationship are you bringing to a head? What part are you responsible for? What part do you create that doesn't allow you to have that freedom and that flexibility in that relationship? What do you need to do? And then as you move yourself forward in the relationship and you find that it's not working, Are you going to say to us then, I've been there 15 years, so I don't know what it looks like to make a change? This is the time when we really need to look at where we are and make the changes. Because the world's evolving, and the sticky situations that we have ourselves in, and everybody has them in a sticky situation somewhere in their life, we're going to have to recalculate. We're going to have to revamp. And we're going to have to make a shift. So would you rather make a shift in the world as it is now, when you have an ability to surrender to what you cannot control and identify what you can shift and change and begin that progression of change and let go of what's no longer serving you? Or do you have to step into a trap that's not going to allow you to move forward? Because you can't get out now. Because circumstances and conditions around you are not inviting you for the change. Because the universe has been nudging you most likely for the past 5 years. So let's dial back, shall we? Let's go back to the year of 2017. What were you doing? Where were you? And what changes were you faced with that you needed to make or you wanted to make and you didn't make them? Or maybe you made some of them, but you were not all in because you didn't have a sense of urgency and you were a little too complacent. And after the world was, after all, doing rather well. But that's not how it works. The universe is always nudging us to change. Everything around you and the entire planet is always evolving and changing. So how can you make a change now when these 5 years have passed? It's time. It's time to stop, as my guides are telling me, pussyfooting around and making up excuses and look at what's not working and make the change. You have the power. You can get it done. And you don't need to count on someone else. Everything you need for the journey you're on is right around you, right within you, and it does not require someone else to pull the lever and set you free. You have the power to be free. And a lot of the density and the fear that has been programmed within you since childhood is really clamoring to come out. It just really wants to be free. Your little one does not want to stay trapped in this feeling of not good enough and not worthy. And feeling that we can't trust anybody and we can't be our true, authentic self. But that's something we hear. We hear a lot of spiritual people talking about being your true, authentic self. But are you? Are you really able to shine your light? Are you holding on to old patterns and beliefs and old habits? What is a habit that you're currently doing that is a crutch, that is not allowing you to really tune in to your higher self, tune into the divine, align with your destiny, and block you from stepping into what's next for you? What are the habits? Is it overspending? Is it being a slave to another experience because you don't know how to break the habit? Is it something having to do with alcohol or gambling or even leisurely activities that are a waste of your time, perhaps a waste of your money? What are you holding on to that's not allowing you to heal the wounds and move yourself forward? What's the Band-Aid? Well, whether you like it or not, 2023, the Band-Aids are coming off. And you can gently pull it off yourself, or the universe is going to rip it off. Because we are being asked as spirit beings in this planet to step into our true authenticity and to step into the power of who we've come to be. So what do you need to let go of? What's blocking you? Is it a fear? Is it a relationship? Is it a habit? What belief is your stumbling block? Because when you take a look at that and you choose to set yourself free and let it go, everything changes. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to welcome your phone calls at 866-972-7247. We're welcoming your questions on Facebook and YouTube. We look forward to our interaction and hearing and learning what must we let go of, and giving you the guidance that helps you move forward, because after all, it's March 1st, and it's time for us to leap forward. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story.
Oh, yes, indeed. Every soul's got its story. What's your story? Do you remember that commercial, What's the Story, Jerry? Well, we're going to ask you, what's your story? And we're tuning in and tapping into spirit and really taking a look to see what's going on. And how can we make a shift and let go? And we're welcoming our friends on Facebook and on YouTube. Please leave your questions and your comics in the feed because we will be answering them shortly. All right, we're going to the phone lines, 866-972-7247. You know how this works. As we take calls, you pick up that phone, you dial in. And we're going to Andy. Andy is in Wellington. Andy, how are you?
Hi, Sarah. How are you this
I'm
evening?
doing well. Good to connect with you.
Good to connect with you. Okay, so we actually did speak a couple weeks ago, and I'm calling in. Ironically, this is all about letting go, and based off of the circumstances today, I got the email to call in, and the question, in short, when we met a couple weeks ago, I was in the transition of quitting my job, and I was wondering if I was going to move this year and if I should focus full time on my relationship business, my life coaching relationship business. And I started, and you had mentioned, like, stay on for a little longer, et cetera. But I was feeling this itch intuitively that something was going to happen. So I ended up putting a resignation in for 2 months, that length to get enough transition for someone else. But then today I found out that they were going to do layoffs. And I am part of those layoffs, but from full-time to part-time for about a month, and then I'm gone. And so automatically I was anxiety driven, and I just, I'm wondering, my life coaching relationship business, ironically, literally like 30 minutes, I got my first client on it. And now I'm just wondering, like, is this my path? Is this what's going to take off? And hopefully I can still move, because it kind of, took my win today.
Correct, because we had a plan, right? We had a plan that we'd have a job that would give us the paper trail, that would make everything easy peasy so we could just make that transition. So yes, Andy,
Right.
you are going to be able to move, and you may look at something part-time to kind of help you in the journey, but that's going to be up to your beliefs. You see, we're battling your belief barrier. Am I good enough? Can I sustain myself on my own and build my own business, my own brand? Now, I'm going to throw in a comment. We do start our business class tomorrow. So if you ever wanted to launch a business, now's the time. Be sure to go to the website and take a look at that and see if that's something that's a fit for you, because we can take you from 0 to 1,000 really quick. Why? Because we teach you how to market yourself and present yourself in the way that it builds not just credibility, but referrals. And business is based on referrals. Now, yes, you are in a place that is a little off, but isn't it wonderful that the universe nudged you? You're going. So tell them you're going. And they're like, so glad you got that, because you're going. So you were in alignment with the message. But now it's time to talk to the fear and ask yourself who inside of you doesn't feel as if you're worthy of this new adventure. And talk to that little boy. And this year is the year for you to be very creative and step out of the box and really break the routine of what you've been doing. And so you were feeling intuitively on a soul level, because I'm speaking from a soul level, that this is the time for you to do that. So it's not by accident. Everything is happening according to plan. And if you choose to put off the move because there's something even better that you'd like to create, you can do that. But now we can eat the elephant one bite at a time. So we're going to start with, how do we build a business? How do we brand? How do we build connections with people? How do we think outside the box, color outside the lines? And from there, everything takes off. We hope we put your mind at ease. It is time to let go.
Awesome, Sarah. I'm going to check out the link for the business class. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. We are answering your questions right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors from our 7 o'clock hour break. And then we're going to continue with our phone calls. Be sure to stay with us right here on 95.9 and 93.3, 96.9, 106.9, 1470 AM, and 103.1 HD3. We are so glad to have you joining us as you're listening in the car or watching us on Facebook and YouTube. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Where to go? The world is different now, and people have lost their way.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WWNN AM Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting live from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. This is the one and only.
Middleman Eye, your trusted eye practice for cataract surgery. Listen to this Google review.
I just had my cataract surgery, and Dr. Middleman did an outstanding job. I was extremely nearsighted my entire life, but the new trifocal panoptic lenses he inserted allow me to see more clearly than ever, and no more glasses or contacts.
Middleman Eye, 2 locations in Jupiter Gardens and West Palm Beach. Call 561-500-EYES. Online at middlemaneye.com. Call or text the Middleman Eye Center today at 561-500-2020 to make an appointment in West Palm Beach or Jupiter.
This message is sponsored by the Florida A&M University Medical Marijuana Education and Research Initiative, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Mary on Demand is live. Start your marijuana education journey today and learn more with Mary on Demand. Take the self-guided education series at your own pace. You'll decide what you'd like to learn and when. Visit mary.famu.edu to learn more. That's meri.famu.edu. Mary, educate, learn, talk.
Hi, this is Joe Thomas from the Jupiter Joe Money Show. What if I told you there was a retirement strategy where your money wasn't all at risk? I have guaranteed options to keep your money safe without losing a penny in the market. Your money grows when the market goes up, and most importantly, you never lose a penny when the market drops. Doesn't that sound like a better retirement strategy? Get a free copy of my book by going to jupiterjoe.com or calling 561-743-0999. Get a copy of my free book, Retirement Know-It-All, by going to jupiterjoe.com today.
Attune Dentistry on Indiantown Road in Jupiter has state-of-the-art offices specializing in the rejuvenation of smiles, facial skin, and body remodeling. No pain, no surgery, no downtime. Looking for Botox, dermal fillers, or sleep apnea therapy? Attune Dentistry has you covered. Call today for a free consultation. 561-702-0039. Attune Dentistry in Jupiter. Call now. 561-702-0039. You'll be glad you did.
Join us for Moments of Scripture, hosted by Jan Coleman every Sunday morning from 6 to 6:30 a.m. We will read the Bible, pray, and offer blessings to all who listen in the name of our Lord and Savior. Moments of Scripture every Sunday at 6 a.m.
Robes Law Group of Delray Beach understands winning. As a member of the American Academy of Attorneys $100 Million Club, they've proven time and again that winning for you is their habit. Don't wait to suffer an accident. Download their app today. Be prepared and be protected by placing Robes Injury Law in the palm of your hand. Text ROBES, that's ROBES, to 474747. Click on robeslawgroup.com or call them today at 561-570-5700. Robes Law Group, winning for you and our community. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
This is Matt Crowder live at the gas station on 41st Street, reporting on those skyrocketing gas prices. Excuse me, miss, are you buying less gas now because of the high prices?
Oh, I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute, are you saying you actually get paid cash cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Well, does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow. Well, there you have it. Stop paying full price for gas. Download the free Upside app and get real cash back every time you buy gas. This is Matt Crowder Radio News Network. Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SMILE for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMILE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SMILE.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be.
No, it's not easy to be who you want to be, but it's a journey. And what do you have to let go of? What is holding you? What is blocking you? What do we need to release here in the very beginning of 2023, which maybe isn't so much of a beginning because we're in March. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. Here we are, March 1st, and we get to share this March 1st with you. And it's our 672nd live show. And we're just talking a minute ago, we're amping up because this May is our 14-year anniversary talking to all of you. Now, if you're new and you're listening to us on a different station, maybe you didn't hear us on 1470 AM, maybe you weren't tied into us and 95.9, maybe you just popped in on 96.9 and you're driving down the highway. I like to think of it this way, cruising down the highway, and then you get to hear Sarah Spiritual. You're like, what is going on? This is the station. This is the place every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m. where you get to pick up the phone. And it's a live interactive call-in show where we answer your questions and we guide you on the path of life. You've got a question? Spirit's got answers. And speaking of answers, leave your questions in the Facebook and YouTube feed. We're going to be getting to you in just a few minutes. But at this moment, I've got to go to Ricky in Wellington. And Ricky, how are you? Good to have you here.
I'm doing good, Sarah. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm hearing that song in my head. Ricky, don't lose my number. So, Ricky, I'm glad you didn't lose the number to the show, 866-972-7247. Glad you saved that number. What is your question for us?
So it's actually one person that has transitions. Birthday is coming up for me. And I actually felt like I was getting a sign from their energy.
You are.
And I was just curious to know if there's any message coming through from them.
And their anniversary is coming up here in the month of March, is that correct?
Their birthday.
Their birthday. Okay. And the first thing I'm made aware of is that this connection with this person was something that was friendship, heartfelt connection. We were like best friends connection. Does that make sense to you, please?
I feel I only knew her when I was younger. Like she had transitioned when I was 8. But she was 90, so she felt like a best friend.
Okay, I understand. I see this energy like there was a strong connection. There's a magnitude of genuine energy and love that comes between the two of you. And interestingly enough, there's a transformation that's coming for you. And I feel like you've been asking the universe to help you in your personal expansion. And I feel as if you need that energy of let's say a grandmother energy. She stands in a maternal side, energetic place of a grandmother. Is she a great-grandmother or grandmother, please?
Great.
Okay. So I see a lot of love and support from her, but I'm not getting an exact connection of a comment for you other than there's a transformation coming for you, and she's with you through this journey, Ricky. She's with you, helping you along the way. Because you're getting ready to make a change for yourself in this next few months, please?
This year, yeah, I feel, from personal to professional to physical, like everything. I do feel that's coming this year.
This is the expansion of the person that you are, the soul that you are, and the movement that you need to make a change. And I'm also seeing, this is interesting, balloons. And I don't usually see balloons. Did you used to have a lot of little balloons when you were growing up? Or did you used to play with balloons? Or do you have a picture holding a balloon, please? Because I'm seeing balloons around you.
I don't know. I'd have to look.
Take a look.
At like old pictures. I don't think of anything off the top of my head, but I'd have to, yeah.
Okay. Because I'm seeing balloons all around you. So that also makes me think of a party, a celebration, something that's a gathering. So is there a party or a gathering that's coming up connected to family? Because I see balloons. And when I see balloons, there is. Okay. And it's a significant person in the family.
Actually.
Okay. Because I have down the energy of like around March 10th, somewhere around there. That's what I have on my paper.
Yeah, March 10th, my whole family's flying to Florida.
Okay, thank you so much. So we're going to be gathering, and know that your great-grandmother's going to be with you. She's showing me balloons, so maybe there's a picture of you with balloons, but whatever this gathering, this celebration is, it truly represents that she'll be with you all in spirit.
Perfect. Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Ricky. Thanks so much. Bye for now. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're welcoming your calls right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And that's me, Sarah Spiritual. If you'd like to learn more about how to have a personal session with me, visit sarahspiritual.com. We're going to go to our friends on Facebook and YouTube and see what's popping over there. And please stay with us for the 8 o'clock hour, because we've got our friend Stacie Haller, our resident astrologer, and she's going to talk to us about the shifts that are coming. And my goodness, are the winds going to shift and the planets are getting a shaking. And it's going to be a real interesting conversation with Stacie at the 8 o'clock hour. So let's pull up our friends on Facebook and YouTube and check out their questions. I've got my monitor here, and let's see what we've got. We've got Marquisha Gonzalez. She says, I hope I'm not ready to just let go, but I do feel it. Marquisha Gonzalez, you're feeling tired. You're feeling a little overwhelmed. And I hear from my spirit world, you've got a lot on your plate. And don't listen to the people who don't agree with your choices. This is your time to step into the power of who you are and what you feel is best for you and what's best for your family. And let go of the people who aren't being supportive in this time of change for you. And when I look at the next 2 years, they're proving to be very exciting. And don't let go, Marquisha, of that very creative energy that I see around you. I know you've got a lot on your plate, but you've got the opportunity to create a business and brand yourself even when you've got so much on your plate. Keep us posted, Marquisha Gonzalez. This is your year to shine, and don't let the haters wear you down. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. That's the number to call in. But at this minute, we're going back to our Facebook and YouTube, and we're going to pull some more questions. They're piling up there. We've got a YouTube question by Liz Ann of London. And she gives me this information about a general update on her life, please. She's like, she needs direction, and she's feeling a little lost. And the interesting thing of where she is now is that she's getting ready to close a chapter. So Liz Ann of London, I understand why you're feeling lost. It's time to let it go. It's time to let go of what hasn't been working for you, so that you can open up to receive the blessings that I see come for you. I'm seeing blessings of abundance. I'm seeing blessings of transformation to a move, something that's going to be beneficial for you. I'm seeing the winds of change are at your back, and they're pushing you forward. So please, don't lose yourself in this worry energy. What's coming is the support of the angels, the support of the universe to make the change and see what you want to do next. We're going to pull another question from our Facebook and YouTube friends. Let's see who we've got. Let's see, Prodino, and let's see, we've got the birthday, we've got relationship or start time soon. All right, so she wants to find a relationship or start work soon. So that's the question here. She's looking to find that out. And she says, oh, Sarah. So clearly, Audacity is feeling very overwhelmed. So the question here at hand is, when is there going to be a change? Essentially, everyone's asking about change today. But when I look at the find a relationship, this year is getting you ready for love. And when I open up this space for you in the month of July, this is where I see an opportunity for love. This is where I see an opportunity to meet someone that you do not know already. That's going to be a new connection. And this is what's going to move you forward in the energy of love. Starting work, that seems to be a little sluggish. I don't feel like there's enough support for you to move forward in a work change at this time. But you stay still and trust that somewhere by the end of March into April, those opportunities begin to open up, and you should have a choice between two opportunities. Thanks so much for your YouTube question. We're going to go back to the phone lines on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah at 866-972-7247. Let's pop on over to Amy, and Amy is in California. Amy, how you doing?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing
Good.
well.
And yourself?
Good. You know, as I started to say your name, I heard this song in my head. California, here I come, right back where I started from. So we've got this energy here for you, Amy, and when I look at where you are, this is the year that truly gives you the opportunity to step into a personal financial goal. So are you looking at your finances, looking at your career, scratching your head, and kind of talking to yourself in your ear going, what can I change? How can I shift my financial picture? Is that something you're looking at?
You read my mind, Sarah.
I know.
You read my mind. I'm
Spirit world read
looking
your
at,
mind.
how to get a new new vehicle if I need to move from my current housing situation, all of that, and then thinking of my career and what I can do to better advance, finances for my family.
So when I look at finances and career, I feel like you're caught in a dead end. We can only go so far. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
And when I look at what the changes we have to make in order to get somewhere else that's substantial, that'll support you and give you additional abundance, it's almost like you have to do something to get somewhere else. So is there some additional study or additional certification that we would need to take? Because I feel like there's a next step. Spirit makes me feel like there's a next step to really open up the doors of possibilities so you could really promote to this higher echelon financially. Does that make any sense to you?
It does. It does. And there's talks of promotion, but it's been almost promised for a long time, and it's like almost there, but never quite gets there.
I actually feel that in 2021, at the end of 2021, there was a lot of changes going on. Were you there at the organization you're at now?
Yes, I was. I've been here for almost 19 years. We had a significant shift in leadership.
Okay. And this new leadership is having difficulty getting their vision to work. I don't feel like they've got enough support to get it together, okay? And I don't know the company and I'm not criticizing, but according to my spirit guides, they're just going in circles, chasing their tails. And I hear a lot of vibrato, like they're talking, but what are they doing? So it's also not in your best interest to make a change and leave your job at this moment, right? Because you have longevity, you have credibility. So then my guides say, but all is not lost, because while they're chasing their tails, you do not have to be stuck in a position that is at the result of another's inability to create change. You can make your own changes. So what could you do to create your own vibrational flow of money? That's a business. That's using some talent. Because the way you're in your job now, there is a part of you that's almost in a routine, almost like you could do your job with your eyes closed. So that frees you up to give you an opportunity to be a little more creative in something else that's your baby. And then ideally, you might not need them eventually. You see, we have to look. We have to look at where are we and where are we putting our emphasis. We're putting our emphasis on waiting on another to give us our just due reward when we're actually worth so much more than they could ever pay us. So think of something else you can do on the side. Pray, talk to your angels.
Okay.
And let that inspiration come upon you. And remember, in the creation process, when you say, I am, you open up the doors of the power of God. And when you say, I am the woman who is creating a new and fresh opportunity for myself, that is governed by me, that is created by me, that is inspired by the universe, and I'm open to all and any possibilities, the inspiration will come. And it'll be divinely guided. It won't be some crazy idea that popped in your head. It'll be rooted in a foundation that's fueled by the energy of love, because all the Creator is love. And then you'll have a solid foundation. You're very organized. You're very good at what you do for your work. How can we translate that in a more creative way for something that's yours? Give thought and consideration to this, and you will get that support.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. We're going to go back to our phone lines, and we've got to go to Laura. And Laura is in North Carolina. Laura, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you, Sarah?
I am good. Good to have you connected to us. What's the questions for us tonight?
Great. Well, I was, like a lot of people, part of a big corporate layoff. So I'm wondering about work, when I'll find it, and how I'll find it.
Let's take a look and see where we are here. Bear with me. So what do you want to be when you grow up? This is an opportunity to reinvent yourself. What are the areas and aspects of life that you enjoyed at your job, and what would you love to create somewhere else? And what aspects would you also like to incorporate in your next role? To give thought and consideration and write a list of what we'd like our next job, our next career move to entail would be most advantageous at this time. Because at this time we're approaching the full moon, and we're still in the energy of the new moon, creation. We're also in the energy as we approach the energy of the sign of Aries, right? We've got this fire energy coming in the month of March, and we also have spring coming, and also daylight savings time. So that gives us a chance to leap forward. Why do I mention this? I'm telling you, there's many factors that are here to support the creation of what comes next. And I feel it's nothing personal. It's part of a mass restructure, so to speak, and a cutback. It's like everyone's getting ready for Chicken Little and the sky is going to fall. So it's for you not to hold on to the fear. And when I look at where you are and I move you into the energy of the end of April, I feel like you're in another place, another job, something else, but maybe not the same exact role. And this is what I want you to be open to be collaborative and creative with the universe. So we don't want you to put any fear
Yeah, I've
into
actually
this.
I've already made the list, and I've been trying to meditate and visualize. And with the skill set that I have, there are probably other jobs that I can do that aren't an exact match. So
Correct. How does it translate into other actions and activities, and what's transferable? And when we come from this place, we no longer feel restricted, and that frees you up. And so when I look at it, we're looking at about 6 to 8 weeks. Then I feel like you land on your feet. And so focus on that intention and get a recruiter to help you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm talking to some recruiters already. So
perfect. Yeah. My guides are like, you're in a good position. You read good on paper, girl. So just put yourself forward and look at this as not an opportunity to be reactive of a situation that was out of control and maybe caught you by surprise a little, but are we all surprised about much of what's going on? Not really. But we always hope it's going to just narrowly escape us. And so now that you're part of this shift, it's an opportunity for you to break out of the matrix of the work life and create a better work-life balance for yourself in this next experience. And I want you to think of it just as that, not like some labor camp, a work experience, and focus on all that we would like to be experiential in this and what it would feel like to have that experience. And that's how you'll attract the better of the experiences for work. We trust this is of assistance to you today.
Okay.
All right, Laura. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Okay.
Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHs. That's toll free. 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
And we are back here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on VCMG, and we are welcoming your phone calls at 866-972-7247. And we welcome you listening here on 95.9 and 93.3, 96.9, 106.9, 1470 AM, and 103.1 HD3. We're really glad to have you joining us. Share the love, share the light, share the page to our friends on Facebook, and join us in our YouTube conversation as well. We are answering your questions. And we're going to go to our phone lines, and I've got Linda. And Linda, she's in L.A. How's life in L.A., Linda?
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you. What's your question for us tonight?
My question is, I need to retain an attorney, and I have a consultation tomorrow, and I'm wondering if this person is the right match, and how do you see my March or my next few months? What do you see in my future?
So the interesting thing is that for you, this is really a powerful time for you to listen to your soul. And there's this song that says, listen to your heart, 'cause it's calling for you. And I want you to listen to what your heart tells you when you talk to that lawyer tomorrow. I feel like this lawyer is not someone you already know, but a referral from someone. Is that true?
Yes.
I don't know. And when I say I don't know, you asked the question and I wrote on my paper and I said, I don't know. No, I don't know. I feel like they're not going to approach the case the way you'd like to approach the case. So you really have to listen, because I'm feeling as if they're not going to support the concept of what you'd like to accomplish in the way you'd like to accomplish it without it getting so overwhelmingly expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So we may want to talk to someone we know. I feel like you could get backed by someone you know. This person will be an interesting sounding board and a good conversation. So we are not wasting our time by going for this consultation. This consultation will give us insight and even an idea on where we maybe might want to make an adjustment in how we approach this case so that it comes out in the best way for you, the most favor for you. That's important. Now, March should sustain a lawyer, be able to retain and sustain a lawyer for you. So I do feel you'll get that taken up in the next couple of weeks. I feel like we have a timeline as to when we have to have a lawyer by. So we need to move smoothly with ease and grace, but not reactive to this case, all right? Don't be reactive. That's what they're counting on.
Mm-hmm.
And I also feel like there's a lot of creative process coming for you, because this is your soul calling you into a new beginning. And I'm going to tell you that your angels are telling us that you've been a little slow on the uptake. They mean you no offense, but there was opportunity for you to be in a different space than you are now, but you weren't ready to let go. And it's so appropriate that you're calling tonight on the night that our theme is letting go. Because we have to let go of everything we thought we knew and everything we thought we were, and embrace the new vision that we have. And I can tell you this, in the next 20 months, you're going to have a whole new life. And you're going to be in a good place, and you will be financially sound. And it's not something that we want to fear at this time. This change is a positive change, even though it's a little uncomfortable. It kind of took you by surprise, but did it really? Not really. And March, you're going to feel much more solid in who you are and who you've come to be. And I see growth financially. So look for the changes as you leap forward and you let go. We answered your question, yes?
Yes, thank you very much. You're right. The date is March 6th that I need to have a lawyer. So thank
All
you.
right. We got to get it moving. Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, honey.
I know. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Get on the phone. Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. And, well, from Linda in LA, I guess we got to go to D in California. D, how are you? Good to have you here.
Hey, Sarah, how's it going?
Good. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
What's the question for us tonight?
So, I don't know. I feel like I've been on a really
Roller
interesting
coaster.
journey.
You're
And
on a roller coaster.
sorry.
You're on a roller coaster.
Yes.
Yes.
So I guess the theme is really appropriate, letting go. And my question was well, the bigger question is, am I trusting myself? And am I in the place I need to be up here in Joshua Tree from Palm Springs?
Good question.
With everything.
You are where you're supposed to be for this minute. But like the Jack in the Box, you're going to pop out of the box. And I feel like the winds of change come upon you by the month of June. And then where does D go? Well, it's an adventure, isn't it?
Wow.
Now, the interesting thing is that this adventure has really been about you finding yourself. There was a song that once was popular. It said, I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. So you're finding you, okay? You've been everywhere. You've done cool things in your life, but you haven't really settled into who you are. And this is where we make the shift. This is where you claim it, okay? So you're going to claim the possibilities that are beyond the limitations that you've been living under. You are no longer the person who's at the effect of other people's thoughts, opinions, other people's suggestions. You are under the influence and the inspiration of the flow of the divine. And you're just learning to get used to that. And by getting used to that, you find yourself in a powerful place that you've never been before. And the self-worth, the self-esteem are coming up
You've
for
helped
you.
me with that.
Yes. But in this journey, we now have to be able to live in the world, right? We can't live on air in the clouds and a couple of crackers. We need to be able to stand on our own, right? And this journey is stepping into the spiritual person you've come to be. And your Indian spirit guide comes close to you in this journey because your Indian spirit guide is really looking to move you to a new adventure. And your Indian spirit guide is tied to the medicine, to the healing, to the journey of self-healing and the assistance of healing others. And it's not for you to say, who am I to do that, for I don't have training. It's not to say that. It's for you to allow the universe to be your teacher and to put the right people in the place so that you have what you need to move forward as the healer that you've come to be, as the messenger that you've come to be, and for you to also write the story. There's a story inside of you, and this story is one of the journey that took you from the ruins and the disappointment, despair, the shame, to the free spirit that you're becoming to be. And so the story behind that becomes the link between you and others, because then people can relate. Because you haven't journeyed alone, although you felt alone. There have been many who have been on the same journey, different circumstances, different twists and turns, but they've been on the same energetic journey of self-love. So it's learning to be in the energy of you. This makes sense to you,
Okay.
yes?
It does. It does. Yes. I'm going to say yes because it does.
There's also
Sounds
an
a lot, but yeah.
opportunity. There's also an opportunity for you to continue some growth in training, yes? Are we training in an area of healing at this time?
Not officially. I try to do that at night, with just clearing thoughts and do everything that you've taught me to do with the mentorship class and all of our other conversations. So I've been doing that, and I'm not sure if I'm like pulling other thoughts in my head or channeling out or their mind. So that's where it's a little confusing. Trying to move forward without sight, I guess. But I do have sight because I put myself in places that I feel like it's more heart related.
Well, you also have to put yourself in a place that's going to support the dream and the vision of what you desire.
Right, and that's probably what's the biggest question in the beginning. I'm not sure if that is here per
That's
se,
why
but I think
June brings a change.
Wonderful.
Just be open.
Wonderful. I will. I will.
Well, I'm kind of seeing you on a magic carpet ride. So let the magic carpet ride come down and get on the magic carpet and see where you go next. And, I say that jokingly, but the universe has a way of opening up a door and bringing something to us that we don't expect.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Well, yeah, I'm trying to be optimistic and open about it.
Be optimistic.
Everything is I'm just okay.
You're not as
I'll stay
stuck,
there.
stagnant, or limited as you think you are. Even if you look and add things up and go, but I only have, and I don't know. Underneath the I don't know is I know, right? If you say I don't know, you take out don't, you have I know. So who inside of you knows the answer? There's that energy. My job is to awaken you to that message so that you can have that clarity. Trust the process.
Great, because that's exactly what I've been asking for. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome, Tim.
Again.
Thank you so much for
And
calling
we'll
us.
talk soon.
I look forward to it. Bye for now.
All right. All right. Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. If you're local to us in West Palm Beach, I would love to see you at our Expedito Enlightenment Center on Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. And this weekend, we have a very special guest coming to us, Calvin Cates. Calvin Cates and the Crystal Healing Bed. He'll be there on the Friday and Saturday, March 3rd and 4th. I can't believe this. March 3rd and 4th already, but here we are. And he'll be there from 12 to 5. It is by appointment, so you can go to the Expedito EnlightenmentCenter.com, learn more about the Crystal Healing Bed and how it heals your physical being and your emotional being, and take a 20 or 30-minute session with Calvin. It's going to change your life. It brings such powerful energy. Calvin's been doing crystal bed healing at our center for 12 years. And for those of you who are interested in crystals or sage or books or oils, some of my spiritual sprays, statues, fairies, we've got it all at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. So visit us at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. I'd love to see you there. We're going to go back to our phone lines. I've got Lily, and Lily is in Cooper City. Lily, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. We are so glad to make this connection with you and to help you in the energy of connecting with people, shifting your circle of people around you. This is a time for you to reach out and make connections with people so you can make the changes that you want. Lily, what are you looking forward to letting go of and creating?
Well, as of this coming Monday, I think I'm going to have some huge changes in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to be a light, and I'm trying to be a good person and do everything for others that I can. And I just want to know what's going to happen in the month of March, I guess. And I'm talking to my angels.
And
I've
Lily,
seen
let me
that
let me
I can.
let me just interject something, if I may, please. I'm seeing this
Thank you.
disharmony between you and people around you. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. And there are people who are close to you in the circle, yes?
Yes.
And we're not feeling seen, heard, and acknowledged for who we are in this circle? And so we're trying or choosing to take the high road? Is that true?
Yes.
We're trying, anyhow. They're making it very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's almost like a possessiveness, like, no, you're wrong, I'm right, this is mine, that's yours. It's this pulling and pushing kind of energy. Now, when I look at this is also not the first time you've found yourself in this position in your life, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's not the first time we found ourselves in this position with the people that we're in this position with. Is that also true?
Exactly.
So when people show you who they
And this
are,
is when I want to make that change.
yes, people are showing you who they are. Let it go, let it go. Time to let it go. If it doesn't make you, and
Yeah.
I understand they're close to the circle, so you're like, okay, Sarah, like you're talking about like just cut people off. Sometimes we have to step back and we have to honor ourself and our own truth first. And this is where you're at. And you're going to feel guilty. You're going to feel badly. You're going to feel somehow responsible. They're very good at twisting the story, turning it around on you. But I say this, stand your ground. Because this sets you free to create a whole new circle around you, attract better relationships with people, and also promote yourself so that you can have a better role or work experience, because your focus is not where it should be. So you're scattered across the board and you're not performing well with anything in your life, nor are we finding joy or harmony with anything. And when I say that out loud, that's makes me feel sad, right? Because that's a sad way to live.
I want joy.
You want joy. And you choose joy, you get joy. So how do we choose joy? You choose things that make you feel joyful and no longer participate in the things that cause you harm and dismay. There's this really powerful energy of resentment, like someone has actually turned a story around, like they resent you. And you know that you've given 150%. This is true?
I believe so.
Then you know who you are, stand by who you are. And trust that everything's happening for a reason. All right? Thank you so much for your call. All right? Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. And we're going to go back to our phone lines. And we've got a call from Chelsea, and she's in Fort Lauderdale. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Good to have you on the line. This is a time for you to explore a lot of creative energy around you, to really tune into that special side of you. What is your question for me?
My question is, I am making a career shift right now, and I got accepted to 3 amazing graduate school programs,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lifelong dream, but they're all very different. And my question is on making the right choice, the right school for me.
Perfect. So let me just kind of go in the energy, and if you were to line them up
And because I think you have them in a type of order in your mind. You have one that might be a little better,
Mhm.
then you have your second choice, and then you have your third choice. But then the wobble is, yeah, but the third choice offers this, and the first choice offers this. And so you're going back and forth, yes? So,
There's also a fourth choice that I haven't heard from yet.
so it's not a choice. Not yet, officially.
And not at the moment.
Correct.
Not at the moment. One of the programs starts next week, and the other 3 start in the fall.
I do not see you starting in a week. I do not see
Okay.
that. I feel as if there's something else that you really need to enjoy and do before you put your foot upon this path in this graduate school. So if we take the one that starts in a week, what position was that in? Number 1 or number 3?
It was number 1.
Where's the number 2?
Like location-wise?
Correct.
Well, the number 2 is in New York, but I haven't heard from them yet.
Okay.
And the number 3 is in Washington, D.C., and I got accepted last weekend.
Mm-hmm. And the one that starts in a week was where? Here?
It's I would start remote here, but I would be in New York for the summer.
Ah, New York for the summer. I see you connected to New York or Washington. Hopefully that narrows it down. Do you know people
They're
in
all in
Washington?
New York or Washington.
Okay. Do you know people in Washington?
Yeah.
And there's something exciting about Washington for you? And didn't you go visit Washington?
My brother used to live there.
See what comes back from the other New York school, and then you'll be able to choose. But I don't see you starting remote for next week. There's something not right or ready to get that started.
Okay.
We want to pick the right choice, but we also don't want to rush. Because once you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
And these other choices...
Would it help to have
yes.
the school name?
It can, yes.
Okay.
What is the school's name?
So the school that starts next week is Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
The school in Washington is GW. And the school I'm waiting to hear back from is NYU.
NYU would be good for you. That would be good for you. And did we talk about this before?
No.
Interesting. I'm having deja vu. That's so crazy. I feel like you and I have had this conversation before. NYU is a great school.
No, they're not about grad school.
Okay.
Yeah.
NYU would be a great school for you.
Yeah, that's always been my number 1.
Okay. So wait till the fall. Let it all unfold. Get yourself ready.
Okay.
Trust the process. Let's see who else we hear back from, and you can always give me a call back, and we can narrow it down between the two. But as of now, New York is leading the way. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your call. We greatly appreciate it. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
866-972-7247. We're getting ready to come into our 8 o'clock hour, and when we pop back, we're going to be talking to Stacie Haller, our astrologer. She's going to give us all the insight on the planets and how they're going to affect your personal sign. My goodness, it's going to be a heck of a ride the month of March, so I can't wait to hear what Stacie has to say. Stay with us, everyone. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Where to go? The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be. 'Cause the world is changing now.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WWNN AM Pompano Beach. WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting live from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. This is the one and only.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
Marcus, what happened?
I was changing my oil and I spilled some on the floor.
Oh, well, use these $50 bills to wipe it up.
Perfect. Got any more?
Yeah, take a couple hundred.
Stop. Instead of using money, use an old rag. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
Imagine buying a pair of sneakers and getting a soothing, gentle foot massage like you'd get during a relaxing pedicure just by walking. Skechers' new Massage Fit sneakers. Because Skechers, the comfort technology company, has designed a unique innovation that makes it feel like you're pampering your feet with a gentle massage in every step. The secret is Skechers' new patented wave technology on the sole that gently massages your feet while you're walking around. Find them for men and women at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Hi, it's Kevin Dalton from the Unlimited Auto Wash. Did you know we have 7 locations, including our newest at A1A and Lighthouse Drive, next to Promenade Plaza in the Sunoco Station in Palm Beach Gardens? For just $39.95 a month for the first 3 months, you can come in as often as you'd like and get our inside and out wash with Tire Shine, all unlimited. And we're 100% hand wash. We make you look good. Call 561-WASH-ME-TOO or visit us at unlimitedautoWashClub.com. And we're also a full-service wash for the occasional customer as well. No memberships required. Come see us at the Unlimited Auto Wash.
Love the outdoors and the open road? Don't miss RV Hour, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Hosted by Giant Recreation World second-generation owner and CEO Larry McNamara and his co-host Dwayne Adams. RV Hour, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m., right here on the True Oldies channel.
To celebrate all my special occasions, Cafe Chardonnay is the place that I choose. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Dining at Cafe Chardonnay turns any ordinary evening into a special occasion. For over 30 years, owners Frank and Gigi have created a restaurant with a unique atmosphere, elegant yet warm and friendly. Cafe Chardonnay features today's freshest local farm produce and seafood just caught from the ocean. Cafe Chardonnay partners with nearby farmers, ranchers, and fishermen to provide the highest quality ingredients. And Chef Frank's talent combines these fresh ingredients to create delicious, novel, exciting dishes.
Make every evening a celebration at Cafe Chardonnay, located in Palm Beach Gardens on the corner of PGA Boulevard and Military Trail. Call 561-627-2662. 561-627-2662. Online at cafechardonnay.com.
And be sure to enjoy a glass of wine from Cafe Chardonnay's legendary wine cellar.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. This is Matt Crowder live at the gas station on 41st Street, reporting on those skyrocketing gas prices. Excuse me, miss, are you buying less gas now because of the high prices?
Oh, I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute, are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Well, does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow. Well, there you have it. Stop paying full price for gas. Download the free Upside app and get real cash back every time you buy gas. This is Matt Crowder Radio News Network. Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SMILE for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SMILE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SMILE.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost.
Yes, indeed. We are back here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on VCMG, and we are answering your questions at 866-972-7247. We're so glad to have you listening and to have the opportunity to answer your questions. And our friends on Facebook and YouTube, don't go anywhere, and be sure to post your question, and we'll be getting to you shortly. But at this minute, we're going to go to our phone line. I've got our resident astrologer, Stacie Haller, on the line, and I want to hear what the planets have in store for you. So let's take a look. Stacie, how are you tonight?
I'm great, Sarah. Always happy to be with you.
So good to have you. I was thinking to myself, aren't we coming up on almost 2 years you've been on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah? I think it's been a while.
It has, but I have to also tell you, I've been a listener from the beginning.
Right.
So I feel like I've been part of it for a long time with you, and it's
Right.
been a fabulous journey.
Since 2009. My goodness, right? What a ride it's been.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, Stacie, I know.
And we're
there's
looking
a lot
at a
of
ride
changes.
now coming
yeah,
up, huh?
I know. We've got to fasten our seatbelts and definitely take a look at where the shifts and changes. But before we hear what the planets have to say, Stacie, how important is it for our listeners to learn to let go of what's not serving them, and what is going on in the universe that may be prompting them to do that? What's the message in all this?
I think the message is the same that it always is. And if we look at our lives, we know the message is when we don't make the changes we need to make. That's when the universe steps in and either nudges us or gives us a little clobber. So we do get the opportunity to have it come from ourselves, and for us to determine what we need to let go of, what's not right in our life. And that's why the big evolutionary planets of Saturn and Pluto are moving this month to kick us again to say we need to shake this up. So the lesson in all this is take the opportunity to search your soul and make the changes you need to make before the universe will do it for you. Don't you agree, Sarah?
I do. And when you look at the planet Saturn, what does Saturn represent in our lives? Let's take a look at Saturn. Let's take a look at Pluto. What do they represent for us?
Saturn is all about responsibilities and limitations, and it can be endings. But it also gives us the staying power to make things happen. You know, every planet and every energy has both sides of the spectrum, but people think of Saturn as the planet that gives us our lessons, and sometimes a difficult pill to swallow, but only when we're not ready to swallow it. So Saturn is changing now and making a big change into its last final sign after 29 years. So it's been in Capricorn and Aquarius, which is more about governments and society. And now it's moving into Pisces. So Pisces and Saturn both brings endings. And that's why your topic of let it go, yes, we're being told let go. And use Pisces to look inside deep. What are your real visions? What are your real goals to align them? And then Pluto will come along, which is a very powerful planet of transition. Pluto will literally blow things up so you could recreate it again. And now that's leaving Capricorn, to no surprise that Capricorn is about government and structures. And now on the 23rd, it's moving into Aquarius. Now this happens once in a generation, and now the focus will be on society for the next 20 years. What do we need to change there? What is Pluto going to force us to make changes in? So it's affecting all of us, Sarah, on the planet, and then personally depends where those changes are hitting our own natal charts. That will tell us where in our personal lives we need to make those changes too.
And so Pluto represents a bit of death and rebirth. Does that make sense?
100%. That's what Pluto is about. Big transformation, very, very powerful. And that's why it's been in Capricorn. And haven't we been feeling it, seeing our structures and the government really looking to change and reform in a better way?
Yes. And didn't Pluto fall in a place that it was in a similar place in 1776, where we were in our revolutionary times and our independence?
Right. And it was all about our structure, changing to actually forming a country. And even I will tell you for Saturn, the last time Saturn was in Pisces was when we had the fall of the Soviet Union. So when we look at these changes, when these planets change signs, it brings a lot of changes that we all feel in one respect, and then we feel individually of how it's affecting us as well. But I will give you some good news for you, Sarah. On the same day that Pluto makes the change, are you ready? Mars is finally leaving Gemini.
Yes.
And going into Cancer. So we're going to have a more nurturing energy. Our Mars is going to calm down a little bit. I know you've been talking about that.
Right. I mean, Mars was retrograde since the summer, right? So Mars in Gemini retrograde wasn't supposed to be a bad thing. It was just supposed to be difficult, and it got a little crazy for some people. I know some Geminis that were really just over the top. They were like, oh my God, if one more thing goes wrong. But it wasn't supposed to be that bad, but some people got hit really hard.
Right. Really, and we know always, you always got to understand that we talk about generalities, but in your individual life, it really is how these planets are hitting your natal chart.
Right.
And how it's affecting you and where in your life.
So let's hear
But
what
it
the
is a
lineup
month
is
of
going to bring us.
endings
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and you mentioned it earlier. Let's not forget there are new beginnings, right?
Correct.
We're coming into Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, the spring equinox, and that power of starting new things. So endings make room for beginnings, new, better beginnings. So yes, let's take a look. And we're going to focus on the full moon in Virgo, because full moons are also very powerful in the month, more powerful actually than the new moon. So we'll take a look at that energy for each sign. So also everybody knows it's for your sun sign and your rising sign. See which one resonates more for you if you know your rising sign. So Aries, happy birthday to you this month. On the 20th, the full moon is in the 6th house, which is the house that Virgo rules. It's about health and habits and everyday life. So for you, let go of what's not working for you in your daily life or in your health habits. Use that Virgo energy to really scrutinize what you're doing every day and make those changes. Taurus, it's in your 5th house of romance. So for you, instead of fantasizing maybe about other people from the past, it's time to clear the space and look at people in the way that's right for you. Instead of idolizing folks, clear the space for new romance for you. Gemini, 4th house, that's home and family. Look to let go there to create peace at home. What space do you need to open up to get more peace in your family life at home? Cancer, 3rd house of communications. What's holding you back from expressing yourself? What's getting in your way of communicating your real needs, and what's stopping you? Look to clear that out, to let it go so you can move forward. Leo, 5th house of money and goals. Take a look at your spending. What are you buying? Is it really filling what you need? Focus on what your true needs are and open up space for that. Virgo, the 1st house, all about you. What is in your life that you need? What's preventing you from just truly being yourself and being out in the world? And look for the people who are supporting you to do just that. Libra, the full moon is in your 12th house. That's your subconscious. What's going on underneath? Focus on your inner needs. Time to meditate. Are you being healthy in your life to yourself? Scorpio, the 11th house, friends, groups. Time to connect with those people who really are there to support you and reconnect with those that you let lax. Your friends are there to help you now and release the ones that really are getting in your way and not serving you. Sagittarius, this is in your house of career. It is time for your recognition. But if you're not in the right place, if you're not in the right job, now is the time to let it go and change it and realign doing what you do in your career with what your values are. Capricorn, 9th house, how you view the world. What is your philosophy? What's limiting your beliefs? What do you need to let go? What new things do you need to learn to expand your horizons? Aquarius, 8th house, intimate relationships. Do you have obligations that you shouldn't have in your life? Are you giving and receiving without expectations? This is the house of karma. Make sure you're not just keeping score with people. And Pisces, the full moon is in your house of partnership, marriage, business. Make sure you don't lose yourself in that partnership. Reassess if you're having any codependency issues. Get rid of the things that are getting in the way of having a good relationship that's balanced. So, Sarah, everything is about letting go to create new things as the spring is arriving.
And when we look at the spring and the shift into Aries, as this jumpstarts people, is there anything we can do to prepare? Because I also know, and not to bring up the scary Mercury retrograde, but it'll be here before we know it. That's our next month's conversation. But knowing Mercury is going retrograde in a little over a month, what can we do to make sure this Mercury retrograde doesn't impact us so heavily as it has in the past? Because we've had some pretty gnarly Mercury retrogrades. They've impacted a lot of things: technology, communication. We've seen so much happen in the world with all the Mercury retrogrades we had in the 2022 coming into 2023. How can we, fasten our seatbelts?
Well, I want you to think of it this way. So I was thinking, you are the singer, not me, but I was thinking April showers bring May flowers. So it's a time, even with the retrograde, the seeds are underneath the ground. They're getting stronger and they're percolating. And retrograde is, I know about the communications and the glitches that we just lived through, but the real meaning of a retrograde is to reassess and reevaluate. And don't go charging into new things. So think of the seedling under the ground growing and it's being watered and you haven't broken out yet and you're getting ready, because come the spring, and that's what Taurus is about, the earth and breaking through the earth when we're working towards May. So there's always going to be some communications glitches in a retrograde in your personal life. Those things, you just need to go with the flow. Take a look at where it's going to affect you in your life and be prepared. But this whole time coming up is we're preparing for new things and new beginnings in the year. And looking back, sometimes we need to look a little harder before we charge forward as well.
So some reflection, self-reflection, looking at the patterns of the past, things we've done and things we don't enjoy anymore or aren't working for us. These are the things we've got to be a little more aware of.
As well as the things that we just never accomplished. Those projects, those dreams you had a while ago, those things that you started that got you off track, that you never completed. Maybe it's time to resurrect those things. Maybe it's time to reconnect with people who can help you now in your life. So there are ways that you could prepare for the new beginnings too.
And let's just look at one more Mercury retrograde aspect, if we could, Stacie. When we get ready to buy a new vehicle, for instance, how do we look at Mercury retrograde? Is that a time not to make that type of major purchase? What are your thoughts around Mercury retrograde and major purchases?
If you could avoid making major purchases, absolutely put them off. But sometimes we have to, right? So, and that goes under the category of new things, starting a new job, signing a contract, if they're all new for you, okay? Now, if you're buying a car at the same dealer and you're upgrading your same model, it's a great time for that. If you want a totally new car and a new dealer, I would say wait. If you have to, because your lease is over, just make sure you read the contract carefully. Make sure you negotiate carefully. Take every extra precaution. Because, you know, too, Sarah, sometimes we're just meant to have those events happen to us to learn from it anyway, and we can't totally avoid them if we're meant to experience it. But during a retrograde, if you could put off anything like that new, do it. And if you can, just proceed carefully. And it might just, doesn't mean it's not going to work, but it might just not turn out exactly how you anticipated.
And I have another question. With regard to Pisces and the energy of Pisces around us, how does that impact us? Is that in alignment more with our emotions? Does it tie into maybe illusionary thoughts and maybe we need to look deeper? How does Pisces influence us? And we've got this full moon coming. What can we really look for and what should we be aware of and maybe cautious of during this time of Pisces?
Pisces, as the last sign of the zodiac and ruling the last house and the last of our cycles, is about the subconscious. It is about dreams. It is tied to illusions. It's a creative sign. It's the sign of music, Pisces, because it's so tied to your soul and the expression of your soul. But what comes along on the spectrum of Pisces, as to you're alluded to, is the illusion. Make sure you're seeing clearly because it's a very dreamy state. So it is fertile for creation and expression of the soul. And yet, you know, people in Pisces, they sort of have one foot in the next stage of life. So, yes, be aware, but it's a very dreamy, creative, illusionary sign. Very psychic as well.
Good to know. Good to know. Well, Stacie, as always, we thoroughly enjoy having you here with us. And to all of our listeners, we welcome your interest in your charts. And Stacie's the best of the best in pulling up your charts, your natal chart, and really kind of giving you some insight. Stacie, give them some information as to how they can find you and how you work, if you would share with our listeners before we go.
So really what an astrologer does is work with your natal chart and talk to what your mission is here, what your journey is, what this life is all about, what was the contract you signed with God that you're going to work on here, and what you brought with you. So we take a look, and that's why the exact time of your birth is so important, and we take a look at your chart and discuss your journey and what happens along the way and the challenges you face. Of course, you have free will, but this really shows that you are in charge of your own life. So at destinyinthestars.com is my website. Talks about a whole reading of a natal chart as well as timing, what's going on this year. We talk about birthday to birthday and what is that year, what energies are coming in that year. and timing. I'm still getting calls a lot, Sarah, for dates on I'm getting married. When's a good date? So an astrologer can help on the overall picture of your life, why you're here, what's happening now, and really how to navigate, because knowledge is power. And this way you could really see what's ahead. And a lot of times, Sarah, it helps you with that letting go once you have a deeper understanding about how these things fit into your overall purpose of being here.
Perfect.
So at destinyinthestars.com, you can find all the information to reach out. And of course, I love working with people on how they create good energies going forward in their life.
Thank you, Stacie. And checking in with you for something important that's coming up, you're really going to take a look at where the transits are. Is that what it is you're doing? And where the planets are at a particular point, and if it's in the right house in their chart?
Well, we'll look at the overall that day, and we look at different planet energies at the day. Certainly, if it's a day of marriage, we want to see what Venus is doing. And then, of course, we want to look at the individual's chart and see how is the timing for the individual. Is Saturn in the mix somewhere that might make the marriage stick more? Or are there other energies going around like a retrograde that maybe we would rather not choose that date? So we look at the individual charts and the energies of the day as well to pick out really the optimal time for whatever it is you're looking to do.
Yeah, that's my favorite question to ask people when they're telling me, I'm thinking of getting married. We're planning our date. I'm like, did you look to see when Mercury is retrograde? Because that's not a good idea. I'm like, please don't do that.
Well, I'll give you a little further information. It's almost more important not to have Venus in retrograde.
And Venus is going retrograde this summer. Is that correct?
Well, actually, Venus is going into Taurus on March 16th, which is great for us because Taurus and Venus love each other. So we will have a little more love in the air. But when you're looking at a marriage date, if Mercury is in retrograde, that just means somebody might show up late. Or maybe the priest doesn't show up for an hour. But if Venus is in retrograde, you might not want that.
All right. Well, we'll have to
take a look. So
that's
why an astrologer could fill in all those pieces.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Stacie, thank you so much. So glad to have you here. If you'd like to learn more about Stacie Haller, visit destinyinthestars.com. So glad to have you. Thank you always. We look forward to hearing from you next month for our April report. Thanks, Stacie. Bye for now.
Thank you, Sarah. Bye-bye.
Bye. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, then we're going to pop on and visit our friends on Facebook to answer your questions on YouTube and Facebook. So stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in a different theater.
And yes, indeed, we are back here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that was so great to have Stacie Haller visit with us. And if you want to learn more about Stacie, visit destinyinthestars.com. And if you'd like to have a personal session with me, Sarah Spiritual, visit me at my center in West Palm Beach on Okeechobee Boulevard for an in-person session. Otherwise, you can go to my website, sarahspiritual.com, and there you can register for your personal session via phone or any video type chat. So we look forward to connecting to you, and I thank everyone who listens to the radio show, who has referred people to me. Some of my radio callers have had their own individual sessions with us, so we're really grateful for the support that we've received for 672 live shows. I really appreciate all of you, because this show is always all about you. We're going to go to our friends on Facebook and YouTube before we go back to the phone lines at 866-972-7247. And let's see who we've got here. We've got Avram. And Avram says, "Hey, Sarah, what is my spirit guide saying tonight?" Well, Avram, this is a great important time for you to step into your personal energy of shifts and change, because this is a year of ending. We are closing out the chapter, particularly the chapter of the past 3.5 years. And as we move you forward, in the end of 2023, we pivot you into this whole new world, this whole new beginning. I am being made aware of opportunities. Now, we have to choose. We have to choose which opportunity takes you on the path that you really want to create for yourself. So, Avram, step into what feels good with your heart. This is a year of shift, change, and ends. And as one thing ends, as Stacie Haller so wonderfully said to us, it's always something new beginning. So be ready for the new beginnings. This is your year of shifts and changes, and you've just put your foot upon quite a bit of shifts. So get ready, fasten your seatbelts. We're going to go for another question on YouTube or on Facebook. In our YouTube question, we have Birdie. And Birdie gives me her date of birth, and she says, she's 1 year divorced, and she's led to leave, but lead by spirit, but her heart still wants to hold on. Even though he's moved on, why can't I let go? So, Birdie, that is a great question. Birdie, first of all, one of the aspects that makes you so spectacular as a human being is you are very loyal and very dedicated to everyone that's in your circle. And from that energy of your love and connection, it's hard for you to let go of the idea of what you thought would be. And given where you are in the journey, you are in this part of expanding the uniqueness and the fabulousness that is you, stepping into the power of your consciousness and really opening up to your angels more and more. There's a healing process that has to happen, and I know it's been over a year, and he's managed to move on, but not everybody heals and lets go of the past in the same way. There's no real recipe for that, but I do feel you'll be ready to let it go by the fall of this 2023. So now, do your best to embrace the memories of what you had and what you did share, and know you did your best, and that the love was right and powerful when it was on, but when it started to fizzle, you have to realize that it's just people making an evolutionary shift, and now it's time for new love to come in the 2024. So trust the process, my darling. We know that it'll be all right. Thank you so much for your YouTube question. We're going to pull another question from our friends on Facebook and on YouTube. Let's take a look and see. So Linda Santoro is asking a question, what do I see in late March? So Linda, I really feel that that's when you get moving into your new beginning, your fresh start, and it's really going to close out a chapter. I feel like you've been in a sense of a wobble, not feeling supported. And now you're going to step in your power, and you're going to make some heavy-duty, important choices that is going to change the trajectory of your life. And I do feel the energy of a new career coming for you, stepping into the purpose of who you've come to be. Thank you, Linda Santoro, for your Facebook question. And we're going to pull another question from our friends on Facebook or YouTube. And we've got a YouTube question, and we've got Curious Cat. Curious Cat is really having a hard time getting out of her heart and dealing with a really nasty narcissistic relationship with her sister. It's put her in a deep, dark hole, and she needs advice. Well, interestingly enough, my dear, this year is really representing you stepping into who you are as a soul being. And there's a soul contract between you and your sister. And there's this energy that she feeds off of dominating you and making you not feel good enough, smart enough, and really undercutting your value. And this is the time where your angels and your guides are going to pull you forward and help you appreciate who you've come to be and the power that is you. Now, this isn't easily done. I will say that, because your sister seems to permeate everything that's around you. So stepping away from her and disempowering her influence upon you is going to be critical, and she's not going to make it easy. But just know that this very negative relationship that has been in place since you were little is getting ready to close, and you're taking back your power this year. And I feel as if you'll be able to attract a better experience in relationships with others once we've cleared this negative vibration of your sister. Ask Archangel Michael to assist you, and ask for the power of the violet flame to consume and remove any negative vibrations that are holding you prisoner and not allowing you to be your true, authentic self. We want to consume all those hooks of negativity your sister has placed in your electromagnetic field by her thoughts and her actions. We know you can have the courage to move through this with ease and grace. Archangel Michael will support you in the journey. Thanks so much, Curious Cat, for your YouTube question. We're going to pull another question from our friends in Facebook or YouTube before we pop back up, if we've got any more. Well, I think they said we've got all the questions at this minute. So we're going to go to Lisa, and Lisa is in Hollywood. Lisa, how are you tonight? Hi,
Good.
Lisa.
How are you?
I am good. Lisa, have we spoken before?
Yes, we have about a year ago.
Well, good. Thank you so much for giving us a buzz back. Good to connect with you. And we're going to just tune into your energy for a minute and get a sense of where you are. So, Lisa, this is the time for you to make change that makes you feel as if you are in control of where you want to go in your life. And I'm feeling as if there's a shift and a change that you're getting ready to make. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, 100%.
And you've been stuck and stagnant. And when I look back, the past 2 years have not been supportive of you making change. And you feel like a dog chasing his tail. Is that about right, please?
150,000% right.
And when I look at this energy, I'm also made aware the body feels tired, Lisa, like you are tired, lethargic, you're kind of, I don't know, heavy in your energy. Does that also make sense?
Yes.
And I'm not a
very.
doctor, can't diagnose, but I feel like there's like an energy of a heaviness, almost like a depression. So it's not allowing you to really step into finding your swing and your rhythm. So you're finding it difficult to take yourself out of where you are, and you know you need to change, and put yourself where you would like to be. And there's a wobble and a confusion as to what that really looks like for you. So with that said, Lisa, what is your question for me?
No, really, there's no specific question. Maybe it would be about my career. I don't feel any depression at all. Zero depression.
Okay.
Just very tired, lethargic, overworked. A dog, chasing my tail, trying to make my career come to fruition, and that's like my main concern.
So the heaviness really reads to me like a low vibration, like a depression. So, but there's a definite heavy lethargic energy. So if that word doesn't resonate with you, I most certainly appreciate that. When I look at the energy as your dog chasing your tail, you've put in so much into creating this next level of your career, and it hasn't kicked over to the next gear. Is that correct? And it's something that you consider your baby. It's like your project, your baby, your mission. This has been important to you. You've poured your blood, sweat, tears, and heart and soul in it. Does that make sense?
Yes, for sure.
So I move you into the month of 5 months from now. So that takes us into July. When I take you into July, that's when I feel like a lot of the pieces that you've been putting together start to connect, almost as if we have a contract or some kind of connection with someone that takes work business to the next level. Are you negotiating or working on something with some clients at this time?
Yes, yeah.
And I see July as the time that starts to move things forward. So don't get tired,
Okay,
and
perfect.
don't give up yet.
Okay, and what about my love life? How's that looking?
Partly cloudy? What's the question on your love life?
No, I'm in love and things are good. So I was just curious to see what, the last time I talked to you, you gave me great advice. And I did find my divine life partner.
Good.
And we're doing very well, but we're both trying to jumpstart our careers.
Right.
So I think
So
that's the part that's
partly
stressing us
cloudy.
both
Right.
out.
Yeah. So focus on what you've got to create between the two of you, and make sure you take time for each other in the move of both of you growing your careers, your businesses. Well, Lisa, thank you so much for your call.
Okay.
We're so appreciative of you following back up with us, and glad things are really working out. Bye for now.
And thank you. You're
welcome.
amazing. I've
I
been listening
appreciate
to you
that.
for over 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you
You're
so
awesome.
much. God bless you. Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you.
866-972-7247. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to go to Jupiter and continue to answer our questions. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHs. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Have you heard me? Did you see me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and We'd love to hear from you every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9 p.m. right here on VCMG on the oldies stations. And we'd just really love to have you. So we're going to go back to our phone lines, and I've got Macy, and Macy is in Jupiter. Macy, how are you doing? Hi, Macy.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Good to
Hi,
connect
I'm
with you,
good.
Macy.
How are you?
Macy, let's take a look and see what we've got going on for you. Is this your first time calling us?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So the interesting energy that I see around you here, because I read the energy, is I feel like you're getting ready to make some changes and you're not sure which way to go. Are we trying to figure out where to go with our next step towards a career? We're still in school right now. Is that true?
Yeah.
So what's the question about your school, your next steps for career? What is your question for us, Macy?
There's not really a specific question. I just kind of wanted to know what. So me and my boyfriend we're good right now, but I wanted to know if there's anything that's gonna happen. I don't know how to word it. Anything that's gonna happen between us.
So you want to know
if there's something bad in my future.
Okay. What is your boyfriend's birthday?
October 15th. I mean 5th. Okay.
I know. I make people nervous. It's okay. I'm used to this. So right now, your boyfriend, is he about your same age? Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's getting ready to make some plans for himself, and his focus right now is getting things off the ground for his school, what he's going to do for a career, right? That's where his mind really is, right? And he's trying to figure that out. And I don't know if you guys are both stressing over this, but really there's no stress because you'll come to that conclusion and find the right next path at the perfect time. So don't let this next step for your life kind of wear you down. And right now, the two of you have a good flow between you. He can be a little stubborn, and sometimes you aren't really getting the attention that you want, but his heart is in the right place. And the two of you have this good communication. And I feel like there was an idea that you might do something, go away in the summer. Was there a talk of that, please? Or a spring break?
Yeah.
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 I see a trip. And I feel like the trip is going to be a good thing for both of you. And I want you to enjoy. At this moment in time, the next step is going to be, I'm also seeing an energy of a move, which you're not ready for, but there's a talk, an idea of a move, and then maybe we'll move in together. Is that also true?
Yeah.
Okay. You sound surprised. Why?
Well, he's going to summer camp, in the summer, but the trip I think you're talking about is our youth group pilgrimage.
Ah, beautiful, beautiful.
But
and that'll be good for you.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good experience
but I
for
also
both
have
of you.
a question.
Yes. Yes.
I also have a question about my dad. So in the past, he was a bad drug addict, and life was not good. Me and my mom were put in bad situations. We had to move from house to house. And it was
let me ask you this
very
really
toxic.
important. Let me ask you this important question. Okay, I need your dad's birthday, the month and the day for me.
January 26th.
Okay, I'm good now. So your dad also went through some rough times in the past 2 years as well, but he's turning the corner. So what is the question regarding your dad before we're out of time?
I just to know if he's like gonna like change, like he's not gonna do drugs anymore, because he's been good lately, but he tends to like
slide back. Yeah, I understand.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the past 2 years have been difficult for him, but he's actually turning the corner. So he's making that attempt. And this year is really meant to give him a new beginning, a fresh start in his spirit, and give him the strength and the courage and the consistency to stay off the drugs. You know, when someone is under the influence of drugs or alcohol, they're not really in their right soul, spirit energy. They're being influenced by an extra vibration, something external, as well as the chemical imbalance it causes within the body. So, you know, we have to love him for who he is and understand that at times his choices have been a little out of his control, even though we all think it can't be that hard, just stopped. But the brain has become rewired, and there's a lot of energy. And, you know, they used to say when they made alcohol, distilling spirits. That's what they called preparing of alcohol, which we know as like whiskey or vodka. So it's distilling spirit. That's what they do. It's an energy. So when you look at drugs, they contain a similar energy or frequency, which is low vibration. And it's always whispering for him to take a step back and do it again. And so this is where this year offers him a tremendous amount of courage so he can show up and be a solid human being for you. And I know you missed a lot in the relationships, and at times you feel like he abandoned you, but just know that he's going to do his best. I've got to say goodbye for now that we're getting ready to close the show. Thanks so much for calling. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Well, everyone, we're so glad to have shared our 672nd live show, and we welcome you next Wednesday night, 6:30 to 8 to 9 p.m. for Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. As always, stay focused, be in your heart, trust the universe has your back. We're with you. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
'Cause the world.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WWNN AM Pompano Beach, WIRK HD.